All stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Please be seated. Yes.
Admission of lawyers. Alvin and Alex.
May it please the court, I move that Alan and Alex be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alvin and Alex be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Fatima Al-Jaburi.
May it please the court, I move that Fatima Al-Bajuri be admitted as lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Fatima Al-Bajuri be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Firaz Amari.
May it please the court, I move that Faraz Amari be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Faraz Amari be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michael John Bailey.
May it please the court, I move that Mitchell John Bailey be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mitchell John Bailey be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sagon Bakshi.
May it please the court, I move that Sagan Bakshi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sagan Bakshi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Meredith Rose Becker.
May it please the court, I move that Meredith Rose Becker be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Meredith Rose Becker be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Pristy Benjamin.
May it please the court, I move that Pristy Benjamin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Pristy Benjamin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Maxine Lara Betty.
May it please the court, I move that Maxine Lara Betty be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Maxine Lara Betty be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Van Ngoc Tien Bui.
May it please the court, I move that Van Ngoc Tien Bui be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Van Ngoc Tien Bui be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James Thomas William Calverley.
May it please the court, I move that James Thomas William Calverley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let James Thomas William Calverley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cameron Thomas Chandler.
May it please the court, I move that Cameron Thomas Chandler be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cameron Thomas Chandler be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wing Yi Chung.
May it please the court, I move that Wing Yi Chong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Wing Yi Chong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lok Yu Choi.
May it please the court, I move that Lok Yu Choi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lok Yu Choi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kayla Ann Cook.
May it please the court, I move that our daughter Kayla Ann Cook be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kayla Ann Cook be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mercedes Grace Crouch.
May it please the court, I move that Mercedes Grace Crouch be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mercedes Grace Crouch be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James Lewis Colbert.
May it please the court, I move that James Lewis Colbert be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let James Lewis Colbert be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tobias Reese Elliott Orr.
May it please the court, I move that Tobias Reese Elliott Orr be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tobias Reese Elliott Orr be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexandra Zoe Amelos.
May it please the court, I move that Alexandra Ermelos be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexandra Zoe Ermelos be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Azra Gottby.
May it please the court, I move that Azra Gottby be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Azra Gottby be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Richard Takuma Gosden.
May it please the court, I move that Richard Takuma Gosden be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Richard Takuma Gosden be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gia Guo.
May it please the court, I move that Gia Guo be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Gia Guo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Diana Dawn Haig.
May it please the court, I move that Diana Dawn Haig be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Diana Dawn Haig be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shireen Hayder.
May it please the court, I move that Shireen Hayder be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Shireen Hayder be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tilly Kate Heel.
May it please the court, I move that Tilly Kate Hill be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tilly Kate Heel be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Amina Hijazi.
May it please the court, I move that Amina Hijazi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Amina Hijazi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tian Ni Huang.
May it please the court, I move that Tian Ni Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tian Ni Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zena Isho.
May it please the court, I move that Zena Isho be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Zena Isho be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Han Chu John.
May it please the court, I move that Han Chiu Jiang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Han Chu Jiang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jinu Kim.
May it please the court, I move that Jinu Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jinu Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ryan Gary Leaney.
May it please the court, I move that Ryan Gary Leaney be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ryan Gary Leaney be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kate Rebecca Lowe.
May it please the court, I move that my wife, Kate Rebecca Lowe, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kate Rebecca Lowe be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tamara Erin Marcus.
May it please the court, I move that my partner, Tamara Erin Marcus, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tamara Erin Marcus be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Claudia Renee McDonald.
May it please the court, I move that my niece, Claudia Renee McDonald, be admitted as a lawyer to this honourable court.
Let Claudia Renee McDonald be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Adam Mellum.
May it please the court, I move that Adam Mellum be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Adam Mellum be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gabriela Mendoza Marino.
May it please the court, I move that Gabriela Mendoza Marino be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Gabriela Mendoza Marino be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexander Albert Michaelis.
May it please the court, I move that my cousin Alexander Albert Michaelis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexander Albert Michaelis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ethan Michael Monahan.
May it please the court, I move that Ethan Michael Monahan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ethan Michael Monahan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Henry James Morris.
May it please the court, I move that Henry James Morris be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Henry James Morris be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Keenan Zudike Nagshabandi.
May it please the court, I move that Kanan Naqshbandi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kanan Judike Nagshabandi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Caitlin Alexandra Novak.
May it please the court, I move that Caitlin Alexandra Novak be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Caitlin Alexandra Novak be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yun Pan.
May it please the court, I move that Yun Pan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yun Pan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Dayan Thomas Phillips.
May it please the court, I move that Dayan Thomas Phillips be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Dayan Thomas Phillips be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christopher James Pinto.
May it please the court, I move that our son, Christopher James Pinto, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Christopher James Pinto be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tory Stephen Politis.
May it please the court, I move that Tory Stephen Politis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tory Stephen Politis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lei Chain.
May it please the court, I move that Lei Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lei Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sarah Reith Raham.
May it please the court, I move that Sarah Reith Raham be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sarah Reith Raham be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexander Elizabeth Jane Rich.
May it please the court, I move that my sister, Elizabeth Jane Rich, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Elizabeth Jane Rich be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michael William Rosser.
May it please the court, I move that Michael William Rosser be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Michael William Rosser be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jasmine Zara Siddiqui.
May it please the court, I move that Jasmine Zara Siddiqui be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jasmine Zara Siddiqui be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shamana Sathia Sophie.
May it please the court, I move that Shamana Sathna Siatio C be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Shamana Sathi Yasothi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yara Sephian.
May it please the court, I move that my wife, Yara Sephian, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yara Safian be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Liam Setter.
May it please the court, I move that Liam Setter be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Liam Setter be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cayman Shee.
Do you move, Mr. Officer?
May it please the court, I move that Kayman She be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kayman She be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Parampal Singh.
May it please the court, I move that Parampal Singh be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Parampal Singh be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jonathan Joseph Tarbone.
May it please the court, I move that my cousin Jonathan Joseph Tabone be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jonathan Joseph Tabone be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
May Vargas.
May it please the court, I move that my sister, May Vargas, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let May Vargas be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lee Stephanie Vavaresos.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Leah Stephanie Varvaresos, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Leah Stephanie Vavaresos be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Terence Shuyi Wong.
May it please the court, I move that Terence Shuyi Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Terence Shu Yi Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yu Xiang.
May it please the court, I move that Yu Xiang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yu Xiang be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It would now be necessary for those whose admissions have just been moved to swear an oath or to make an affirmation. Would all newly admitted lawyers please stand as directed by the officiating officer?
So if the first two rows here on my right can please stand. Alvin Ann Alex. Fatima Al Jabouri. Furaz Amory. Mitchell John Bailey. Sargon Bakshi. Meredith Rose Becker. Christy Benjamin. Maxine Lara Betty. Van Ngoc Tien Bui. James Thomas William Cavally. Cameron Thomas Chandler. Wing Yi Chung. Lokyu Choi. Kayla Ann Cook. Mercedes Grace Crouch. James Lewis Colbert. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve in such the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skills, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? You can sit down now, please. If the back two rows on my right can please stand. Tobias Reese Elliott Orr. Alexandra Zoe Amelos. Azra Gottlieb. Richard Takuma Gosden. Gia Guo. Diana Dawn Haig. Shireen Hayder. Tilly Kate Heel. Amina Hijazi. Tian Ni Huang. Zena Isho. Han Chu John. Jinu Kim. Ryan Gary Leaney. Kate Rebecca Lowe. Tamara Erin Marcus. Claudia Renee McDonald. Adam Mellum. Gabriela Mendoza Marino. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourself in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you'll faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skills, and ability. Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? You can sit down. If the row just in front of me could please stand. Alexander Albert Michaelis, Ethan Michael Monahan, Henry James Morris, Keenan Zadik Nagashabandi, Caitlin Alexandra Novak, Yun Pan, Dayan Thomas Phillips, Christopher James Pito, Tori Stephen Politis, Lei Chain, Sarah Reith Rahim. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skills, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I so help me God.
Thank you. You may be seated. And if the last two rows on my left could please stand. Elizabeth Jane Rich, Michael William Rosser, Jasmine Zara Siddiqui, Shamana Sethi Sofi, Yara Sephian, Liam Seta, Cayman Shi, Parampal Singh, Jonathan Joseph Tarbone, May Vargas, Leah Stephanie Barbarosos, Terence Shuyi Wong, Yu Xiang. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skills, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Now that the formal part of the proceedings is complete, I would like, on behalf of the Chief Justice and all of the judges of this court, warmly to welcome you and your family and friends to the Supreme Court of New South Wales, including those who are here virtually by watching the ceremony online. I'm Justice Ward, the President of the Court of Appeal, and this week the Acting Chief Justice. And I have the honour to represent the Chief Justice at today's very special ceremony for each of our newly admitted lawyers. Present with me on the bench today is Justice Rees to my right, who is a judge sitting in the Equity Division of the Court, and Acting Justice Hume to my left, who is sitting in the Common Law Division of the Court. Together, we constitute the court which has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice. I begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, the Gadigal of the Eora Nation, and I pay my respects to their elders past and present. I recognise the long-standing and enduring customs and traditions of Australia's First Nations peoples and their deep connection with country. And I welcome any of our First Nations peoples here today or watching the ceremony online. In May this year, the court to which you've just been admitted celebrated its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing common law courts in the world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are immensely proud. We had a tremendous celebration in this very courtroom with a ceremonial sitting. The room was overflowing. Some very significant speeches were made, and a YouTube video of the ceremony is available on the court's website. I urge all of you to watch it. To all the newly admitted lawyers, who are of course the shining stars of today's ceremony, it is a very great pleasure to welcome each of you individually to the legal profession of this state. It is now over 40 years since I was admitted as a solicitor in this very same courtroom. I well recall the solemnity of the occasion. The searching gaze of the then Chief Justice, Sir Lawrence Street, as each lawyer was admitted, and I confess that I cannot hope to match His Honour's penetrating gaze, and the excitement and pride of my parents who were here to witness the ceremony, the very first time that either of them had set foot in a court, let alone the Banco court. Little did I imagine, or could they have dreamt, that I would one day be presiding over just such a ceremony. Perhaps that particular honour lies in the future for one of today's cohort of lawyers. I have referred to my own admission ceremony, which is now part of ancient history, for a number of reasons. First, because although much has changed in the legal profession over the years, the traditions and fundamental ethos of our profession have not. In being admitted as a lawyer today, you have each joined a centuries-old profession with ancient origins. The custom of advocates swearing an admissions oath is one that dates back to the 12th century. You might think our wigs and robes date back almost as far. The Supreme Court was established in 1823 and first admitted lawyers to practice in 1824. By 1830, the names of lawyers were entered onto the rolls in this state, as yours will be after this ceremony. So you've now become part of this tradition 200 years later. For some of you, more likely for your family and friends, that may feel like as long as you have been studying to get here today. The continuing traditions of our legal profession are important to acknowledge, particularly in this court's bicentenary year. At the heart of our system of law is the direct relationship between the court and lawyers as officers of the court. The oath or affirmation that you have made today, witnessed by your family and peers, is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. You must always remember that admission as a member of the legal profession is a privilege, not a right. Importantly today, you assume ethical obligations over and above those demanded of you as members of our community. The legal profession is dedicated to upholding the rule of law, one of the most important pillars of a peaceful and democratic society. So the standards expected of legal professionals are correspondingly high. In whatever area of law you practice, you should be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice. You will owe onerous duties to your clients, but you must always remember that your paramount duty is to the court. Among the obligations you acquire to the court are a duty of full disclosure of the relevant law, a duty of candour not to mislead the court or knowingly to permit your client to do so, a duty to refuse to permit the commencement or continuance of baseless proceedings, a duty to exercise care before making allegations of misconduct against any person, a duty not to assist any form of improper conduct, and a duty to conduct cases before the court efficiently and expeditiously. That last is one dear to my heart. Your duty to the court requires that you comply faithfully with those ethical obligations, no matter what pressures may be placed upon you, and no matter that they may conflict at times with your client's wishes or desires. It is in acknowledgement of this weighty responsibility that we observe today's unique formalities. But not everything in the legal profession has remained unchanged over the years. Some of those changes are the product of changes in our society. When I commenced practice as a solicitor, women did not occupy senior positions in the law. There were no female partners in the large commercial law firms. There was only a handful of female silk, and there were no female judges on this court. And women who appeared in court were not seen if they wore trousers. How the world has changed since then. Not only are women now seen at the highest levels in our profession, some were even admitted wearing power suits today. Some of those changes are the product of technological developments. When I first commenced practice as a solicitor, our firm had Wang computers and they occupied almost a whole floor of the building. The latest innovation then was the telex machine or perhaps the golf ball typewriter. Today you will work, no doubt, in offices where the computer capacity appears endless, but the space occupied by computers is conversely very small, and communication is almost instantaneous, with email not to mention Zoom. Flexible working arrangements are now de rigueur. Of course, with those changes comes increasing work pressures, particularly from clients who expect instantaneous delivery of legal services, and unforeseen dangers. Think of that poor lawyer stuck behind a kitten Zoom filter. The change that is most important for the future of our profession, however, is the increasing diversity of the profession, and you are visible proof of that diversity. You will each have taken a different, though in many cases similar, path to join the legal profession. You come from different homes, different backgrounds, different cultures. Some of you, like me, will be the first in your family to have studied law. Others, and particularly some whose admissions have been moved today, has been acknowledged, will have had the good fortune to have other lawyers in your family and to have been able to debate legal propositions with them, and perhaps even point out the errors in their legal thinking. You will all no doubt have different expectations and aspirations for your career. The legal profession and the administration of justice are both enriched by that diversity. Diverse representation ensures that all people who become involved in our justice system can and feel that they can be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community. It is important to the maintenance of the rule of law that the legal profession, including the judiciary, reflects the community which we serve. The second reason that I referred earlier to my own admission ceremony is that today is a celebration, not just for you, but for your family and friends. You have all worked extremely hard to reach today's milestone, perhaps through caffeine-fueled nights and obscure problem questions, almost certainly through reading more cases than you can hope to remember. You are entitled to be proud of your achievements, and your family and friends are entitled to be proud of you. But no doubt many of them will feel they're almost equally qualified to be admitted here today, having shared the knowledge of law that you have gained over the years. And no doubt many have been on the receiving end of your finely honed skills of advocacy. Fascinating as the law is, many may well feel that they now know more about snails in ginger beer bottles and the cannibalisation of shipwrecked cabin boys than it was ever necessary for them to know. I have no doubt that your family and friends will have played an important role in assisting you to reach today's achievements. And so today is a day when you should celebrate together those achievements. You have now entered the real legal world, so to speak. In legal practice, you will now encounter the reality of that world, of eggshell skulls and peppercorn rents. You may meet the mysterious reasonable person, and you will have to apply the Constitution with an understanding that it consists of so much more than the vibe of the thing. You will be called upon as an advisor, a problem solver, a mediator, an advocate for the marginalised. You may well learn the mysteries of time costing and the pressures of running a legal practice. As you go about your day-to-day work, remember that you're not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but you are dealing with the law as it applies to people's lives. Strive to deliver your legal services competently and fearlessly, with courtesy and integrity. Your role as a lawyer will have profound consequences for access to justice. And if you are under the impression that today marks an end to your studies, then it is my unpalatable duty to tell you that there will always be something new to learn. As lawyers, there is no risk that we will suffer from a bibliophobia or a fear of lack of reading material. There is no doubt that law can be a stressful occupation. It is important to remember that notwithstanding that you are a diverse group, you now share a common membership of the legal profession. Clients, unsurprisingly, are often demanding. Work may not progress the way you might have hoped. You may, and surely this will be rare, encounter difficulty persuading a judge of the wisdom of your arguments or the merits of your client's case. In those times, the support of your peers will be invaluable. Remember to make use of that support. And in that context, I propose now to call upon the young representatives of the New South Wales Bar Association and the Law Society to say a few words of encouragement and support. Dr. Townsend, do you move?
May it please the Court, I begin by respectfully joining in Your Honour's acknowledgement of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, their elders, past and present, and other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, including members of those peoples who may be present with us here today. My name is David Townsend, and I have been practising for 4 years at the bar, predominantly in commercial law, equity, and class actions. Attendees, On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of solicitors and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for persons of all genders and backgrounds. Admittees, the person who walked into this courtroom today is not the same as the one who will walk out. You entered here as a student at law, but you will leave as a lawyer, an officer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, one of the oldest institutions of justice in the country, and as the President has just remarked, one of the oldest continuous institutions of justice in the entire common law world. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister. Along with the government, the police, the judiciary, and others, lawyers are the columns upon which the whole edifice of the rule of law is built. I am proud, as I hope you will be too, to be a member of the legal profession. As a barrister, I get to work with intelligent people, many of them my opponents, to use reason, common sense, and humanity to help the court to arrive at solutions to difficult problems of law. It's a serious responsibility, and it can be quite a challenge at times, but it's very satisfying to know that I can help my clients by giving expert advice and by appearing and speaking for them in courts like this one. In fact, as a barrister, I sometimes feel that I have, in Theodore Roosevelt's words, won what is far and away the best prize that life offers, the chance to work hard at work worth doing. Many come to the bar after several years' practice as a solicitor first, and there is great value in learning how to litigate as a solicitor before taking on the role of being a barrister. However, you should not assume that there is some sort of set path to the bar. I, for instance, came with more experience as an academic than as a solicitor, and more of that overseas than in Australia. In fact, in my career before coming to the bar, I've been at turns a volunteer zookeeper and a leader of luxury wine tours in Italy. And let me tell you, learning how to deal with a 400-pound gorilla is not unuseful experience in coming to the bar. On commencing as a barrister, I found myself actively welcomed by my more senior colleagues and wonderfully supported by my tutors and other colleagues, many of whom have become close and genuine friends. Through coming to the bar, I even ended up meeting my wife, whose admission I moved in this court almost a year ago in a ceremony over which the President herself presided. I have found that the experiences that I brought to the bar were valued by my colleagues, and I have found that my own professional life has been greatly enriched by the diversity of backgrounds and experiences of my fellows at the bar. So if this sounds like your kind of place, I would encourage you to consider joining the New South Wales Bar too. I think you might enjoy it. Now, if you're interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there is a Career at the Bar Open Day. In your first year of practice as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority who meet with you weekly, review your work and teach you practical skills. But the support you receive is not limited to those 2 barristers. In fact, the bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association itself, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, of which I'm one of the chairs this year, which organises social and educational functions for 0 to 5-year barristers like me, and a diversity and equality committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual orientation. So whether as a solicitor or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or the Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It's a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in our legal profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Thank you, Dr. Townsend. On behalf of the Law Society of New South Wales, Ms. Nelson, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Jasmine Nelson, and not so long ago I stood where you are standing today. And what a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court roll at the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of what you have achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy. Often it was overwhelming. But as I stand here today, after almost 5 years of working as a solicitor, I can tell you I've already learned a thing or two. One of the most important things I have learned is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I've been a part of the Law Society of New South Wales and New South Wales Young Lawyers for 5 years. Here I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance and support when I needed it most, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees. By joining the Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as a newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer. We look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community.
Thank you, Ms. Nelson. In closing, can I say that in my experience, the law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, challenging, and satisfying, and it's populated by intellectual, committed, and dynamic people. On an appeal not so long ago, over which I was presiding, Senior Counsel made the somewhat surprising submission to the effect that at some stage in every lawyer's career, that lawyer will say, "I don't want to be a lawyer, I want to be a television producer." Well, can I say that submission was not particularly persuasive? Apart from the fact that I am camera shy, I've never regretted my decision to become a lawyer. You should be proud to be a lawyer, and you should strive to perform your obligations so that you can remain proud to be a lawyer. You are a fortunate cohort. After this ceremony, when you move to the lobby of the court to sign the roll and receive your certificate of admission, you will also be presented gratis with a copy of the court's recently published bicentenary history as a memento of your admission in this bicentennial year. I do hope that you will take time to read it and enjoy it. It has a wealth of fascinating information in it about the court of which you've each just become an officer. On behalf of all the judges of the Supreme Court, and in particular those on the bench with me today, I once again offer my sincere congratulations on your admission. I welcome you to the legal profession, and I encourage you to go and celebrate with your family and friends. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.